still think that's a good looking bike. Anyway, that's not why we're here. No, today we're working on... no, we're not working on that either. No, because it needs some welding doing on it. Did I mention my welder? Oh look, there's my welder. This video is going to be about this welder. It's not going to be about motorcycles, so if you've no interest in watching me fuck up an already fucked up welder, stop now. You still here? Oh good, right, let's carry on then. Right, problem with this welder, it's been failing for weeks, months even. I've had it probably 10 plus years. I've bodged up the inside of that trigger many times trying to keep it going. It fell apart. It's all bodged up inside there with JB Weld, and it needs a new one. As mentioned on a previous video, these are 100 and, well, by the time you paid the postage and waited 6 weeks, you're going to be parting with the best part of 150 quid. You can get a new welder for 150, 200, but a Clark MiG 151EN, which is this one, is 310 quid, so it is worth spending the money on. Now, I know nothing about welders, absolutely nothing, so if you are watching this video to learn how to repair them, go away. You're going to end up killing yourself, because I'm just no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I've even lost the button out of that now, look. That's safe. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. I've lost track. What have I done with them fucking buttons? Oh, hang on. There it is on the floor. And there's the 3 missing screws. So I've obviously taken it apart before, recently, and not put it back together properly. Yeah, you can get a welding torch off eBay for about 20 quid. Now, it's just called a generic welding torch. I don't know that it would fit this, probably not, because I don't think it has this plug here. I don't know why these are different, why they're so expensive, but I really would like to get this back on the road, because I need it, in all honesty. This is a gas and gasless. It will do both, and what you do, I think, if I remember rightly, is if you're using it on gasless, which it is set up on now, you have the earth lead in the positive there, and if you're using it on gas, I think you switch them around. I've only ever used it gasless. It's not fantastic welding, but it does the job. So pop in there. Bollocks. Yeah, so that's the gasless wire. It's got a flux in it, and it's not feeding through at all. The machine fires up, but it won't feed through. So what I thought we'd do is try and take it apart and get that torch off. Don't know that we can fix it, but we might be able to see what's gone wrong, whether we can bodge a generic one on. If anybody knows anything about these welders, please drop me a message, tell me how to fix it on the cheap, because anybody knows me knows I'm an absolute fucking tightwad, and I don't want to spend 140 quid on it if I can spend 20. Anyway, let me grab some tools and let's get into it. Right then, no idea what I'm doing here, but I am going to start by removing this spool of wire. For no other reason than to get it out of the way. I don't know if this is going to go springing off somewhere. Or... Come back round. So yeah, there's a hole there. Yeah, that'll do, near enough. How much wire is that? I was looking at replacement coils of wire because this is a little bit crusty in places. I've had it years because I don't do that much welding in all fairness. But they seem to be go by weight, and I've got no idea how much weight that is. Anyway, let's pop it back into the shed. So we will start undoing screws, I suppose. So that looks like that's as much as I can do here. Looks like we're going to go around the other side now. We've got to get that panel off. And yeah, there's another chap, and apologies, I've not got your name, but thanks anyway. There's another chap suggested that I think he said his father converted one of these to a different type of torch setup. Oh, you fucker. The size of that transformer. That is humongous. Look at that beast. That'd give you a fucking kick in the bollocks, wouldn't it, if you got a zap off that twat. Jesus. Right, anyway. We digress. Let's carry on. So, I am now looking at the wires that are coming through from that torch. Either way, this has got to come off. Okay, right, some little cable ties there, which I'm just going to lose. Right, that. Right, so I need a 10mm spanner. Right, I'll try and get you in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. How do you make this fucking heat go higher? Oh, hang on, is that it? Right, so... Oh, you silly twat. I turned you off instead of zooming you in. Right, let's try that. So this here is clearly an earth, which is strange because they've used a brown wire. And here in the UK, as people from the UK will know, brown is live, blue is neutral, green and yellow is earth, or ground, as our American friends prefer to call it. So I'm just popping that one loosely back on. This ground here also feeds through and comes out to the background earth clip thing. Jig me matey ho hi ho silver lining thing. Right, what else we got here? So we've got that one there is the gas feed, which I'm not that bothered about. I've never used it on gas before, but who's to say that one day I won't. So I'm just pulling that gas feed through. So we've got the brown that's earth, and we've also got another brown. Who wired this up, fuck's sake? Because we've got another brown here that looks like it's live. So we've got two browns, one's live, one's earth. And that's going to go, where's that going to go? It's going to that connector there by the looks of it. Is that even a connector? Yes, indeed. So let's snip off some more cable ties. So this is the second wire that's coming out of this lead, this torch lead. So that is that one there, and I can see straight away that it's got a completely different type of connector on it. So although they've used the same colour, I can't get them wrong because they've used different connectors. So out that one comes, and then I think we're pretty much there. Do you know what, I'm really tempted to buy one of them cheap fuck off 20 quid Chinese pieces of crap just to see if I can wire it up differently. Unless one of you guys who know your shit tell me differently. Okay, and I think that's away. Right, so I'm just unplugging it from the front of the welder as well. Right, out you come, you bastard. That's it. Okay. Well, that weren't too bad. So that's the lead, and all we've got on the end here, we've got the main thing there that plugs into the front of the welder. Don't know whether that's a power supply or what, I don't know. Then we have the gas supply hose, which I don't use, and then we've got the wire, the liner for the wire thing. So right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the covers back onto this main body, put that away so I don't lose all the bits, and then we'll probably come back and strip this lead down further. Right, here we have it. The ones that I've looked at on eBay, like the generic 20 quid jobbies, do not have that. Now I don't know what that is, whether that's power. I'm imagining it's going to be power by the size of it. We've then got, in the end of this, we've got two brown wires. One is obviously got to be earth, and the other one I'm assuming is live, but it's got a connector on it. And then the other thing we've got in there is the wire feed. Now what I was wondering is if I bought a generic eBay jobby, whether we could remove this and feed it up the tube of the generic one, or failing that, just run it along, split this open, remove this, and then just sort of cable tie it along. I mean, if it will do the job for 20 quid and it looks a bit scruffy, that's better than me paying out 150 odd. Right, let me grab a screwdriver. I've had this, what do you call it, this pistol. I've had this open many times over the years, bodging it up and trying to keep it running. So I know what's in here already, but what I don't know and what I want to have a look at is where these wires go to from the other side. Because for 20 odd quid, I'm tempted to order one of them cheap eBay jobbies. Because the very worst thing that could happen is that it's no good and I'm 20 quid down. I could live with that. Right. So as you can see, I've bodged that in with JB Weld because that just broke off simply. Let's see if I can remove this, which I don't think I've ever done before, but like I said, I've JB welded it in, so let me get a little flat screwdriver. So, see if I can just lever that out. I mean, JB Weld is damn good stuff until you want to actually undo what the JB Weld is doing, if you know what I mean. So, I'll try and gently lever that out of its casing. I mean, I've got nothing to lose now, this is full, so yeah. So, that's the gas. So looking at it then, that seems to just go to earth, but then, oh, I don't know. I wonder if I can get this JB Weld off. I don't think I've got, I mean, I've got two choices here. I can just say, fuck it, I need a welder, let's just pay the 150 quid and get the parts that I need that I know will work. Or I could gamble 20 quid, it don't work, and then I'll have to order the other part, and then it's cost me 20 quid extra. I'm tempted to have a go. I just wish I knew a little bit more about welders, you know, and what the effects would be of me doing what I'm trying to do. So, I mean, it's very simple. It couldn't be more simple. Well, it could be me, because I'm quite simple when it comes to shit like this, because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I think I need more spanners. Right, where was I? Yeah, I'm trying to remove the thing that carries the wire feed thing, because I'm wondering if I can just replace that and maybe the rest of this will be alright. I suspect not, in all honesty. No, that's, I can't move that. Right, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a carrier bag and I'm going to chuck all this shit in a carrier bag for now. And I am going to order the cheap, cheerful, eBay, cheap, nasty fucking trigger thing. And take a gamble that I can get it working on this machine here. Can I? So what I'm trying to do here is remove the gas feed, which I don't think I've ever used it since the day I got it. Yeah, fuck it. Decision made. I'm going to go and order the cheap, shitty, nasty eBay jobby. I'll probably won't upload this video until I've got that other one, and then we can continue it on as one video. So it'll be a mere few seconds for you. It'll be a week or two for me. See you soon. Okay, a few days later now, and we have our cheapo £11.69 welding torch assembly. So let me first show you. I've basically shoved this one back together. This is the old one, or the knackered one. Now, from what I can see, when you squeeze the trigger, hang on, is that right? Yeah, it simultaneously presses that button in there, which I'm assuming is to start the flow of gas, which I'm not bothered about. And it also, on that spring there, it effectively joins those two wires together, which on the other end of the welder is here. Now on the cheap Chinese generic one, it does have those two wires on this end. I've not opened up the trigger yet. First thing I notice is that these are much thinner, much thinner. I don't know if that's an issue. The other thing is, whereas the old one runs from that box there, which again I think is the valve. Don't use this as a guide, guys. Whatever you do, you'll bloody kill yourself. This is just me fucking about, and I'm not qualified to do it. But yeah, that heavy cable there runs from that block all the way down and then comes out at this massive plug. Now the cheap Chinese one also has that heavy cable, but it just terminates there to an eye. So I'm sort of initially thinking, can I run all the cables from this effectively? Yeah, so if I can run those cables and that heavy cable into this cheap Chinese trigger, it might just do what I want it to do. Right, I think the next thing I've got to do is open up this Chinese pistol, whatever you want to call it. See what's inside there. Let me grab a screwdriver. Right, let's see what's inside. The things I will do to save a few quid. What I probably won't do again is buy a Clark or anything from MachineMart for that matter, because there's no way on this earth that the correct replacement trigger is worth best part of 150 quid. And as I think I said previously, I think all they're doing is pricing it in such a way that you think, fuck it, and go and buy a new welder. Well, yeah, that might be an option, but it won't be a MachineMart or a Clark one. Print sensible. Right, why won't that fucking thing let go? In fact, what even is that hook for? Yeah. I mean, the quality of this is poor, you know, but let's make no bones about it. But then it was £11.69, so if you pay £11.69 for a part where other people are asking 150, and you believe it's going to be a good quality part, then sadly you're disillusioned. Okay, so there's that little hook thing. Don't really know what it's for. Hang the pistol up maybe. Okay, right, what we got here? Oh, we're falling apart. Okay. Well, the little valvey thing, do you know what? I think it works in the same way. I mean, I don't know. There's this little micro switch here, which I'm assuming does the same thing and joins those two cables together. It's also got a heavy cable there, which I don't know if I could pull out. Are they marked negative and positive? Okay, right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to fuck about. I'm going to have a play around with this. I'm going to see what I can swap out and see if I can sort of knock up one good gun out of the two. I'm not going to record everything because I'm going to be tinkering around and playing with different things, but I'll bring you back and let you know the result. Whether that's a shit result or not, I don't know, but whatever, we'll come back and I'll tell you what I come up with. Oh dear, what a faff, I've started something here. Okay, the remains of the old torch, lead, assembly, whatever you want to call it, is down there. And there's some bits of it up here and here, there and everywhere. Now, all I've done is I've pulled that long lead that had the plug on it all the way out. And I couldn't pull it through the sheath, so as you can see I've had to split it all the way. I've wired that lead in, so it now comes out of the end of this one, and then it's bolted up to that block thing in here, which I think is the valve for the gas. The trigger, I believe, just makes these two wires. So when you pull that trigger, it effectively connects these two wires together. As said previously, these are much thinner. I'm now going to put it back on the welder, wire it up if I can. Don't know if this is going to be too long or not long enough, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and do that off camera. I am kind of relying on the fact that my home is fully RCD protected, so hopefully if and when it blows up it should just trip a fuse and we'll all be safe. It's for that reason alone, please don't copy what I'm doing. I'm not happy with it myself, so yeah, I shouldn't even really put it out on a video, but hey, I'm going to anyway. Well, obviously, because you're watching it, and if you're not watching it, I didn't. Right, I'm talking bollocks again. Let me get this wired back up, and we'll bring you in for the big switch on and either work or explosion, whatever comes first. Cheers, guys. Right then, I've come to the part of the repair, bodge is the right word. I've come to the part of the bodge where I've wired it up how I think it should be wired. No, I haven't. I've got to tighten that nut up. I hadn't even connected that. Oh, you fuckwit. Hang on a minute. Right, Now I've made that connection that I forgot about. Oh dear, this is doomed to go wrong. Yeah, anyway, I've come to the bit where I've got to feed the wire through. I've started it off and now it needs electricity to be able to feed that through. If this feeds through and works okay, I'm fairly confident that it'll weld, but I haven't even powered it up yet. You can see it's plugged in, so bang! Nope. Oh, hang on, I'll tell you what, let's turn that off. Let's turn it on at the welder and then turn it on here. Okay, it's fired up, the fan's spinning. So, will it feed the wire through? Whoa! And there it is. Okay. Now will it weld? I've got that wire speed cranked up. What's going on there? Let's turn that down a bit. Okay. Now, let me just find a scrap bit of metal and see if it'll weld. Right. Let's give this a go, see what happens. Tell you what, let's turn it on, shall we? I think we'll call that a win. Where's our fucking kneeling down in front of that? Anyway, it works. I need a new helmet though. Turn the power down a bit. Happy with that. It's a bit of a mess, I'll be honest. It doesn't look very pretty, but it works. And I've fixed a welder for £11.69 that I initially thought was going to cost me £150. Brilliant. Right, what I'm going to do now is tidy all that up, put the welder back together, and yeah, we'll call that a success. And there it is, all back together and working. So yes, the question posed was, can I fix my welder up on the cheap? Answer apparently appears to be yes. Right, thanks for watching guys. We'll get back to the bikey stuff now, and more importantly we can get that little front piece on there that's affecting the steering welded up. So thanks for watching, thanks for putting up with this non-biking video, and we'll catch you when we get on to the next one. Cheers, catch you later, bye.